What's up, food friends? Like always, I hope you're all doing awesome. Today, I want to follow up on a story I reported on back in the beginning of May regarding the removal of petroleum based dyes from ultra processed foods here in the States. There's been some positive movement forward with all of this and a little pushback as well. So, I wanted to revisit this topic, dig in a little deeper, and discuss where we are with all of this currently. So, as I reported on in my original video, the FDA is looking to remove approval for all petroleum based food dyes, as these have multiple negative health effects on consumers. These are dyes that are mostly already banned in Europe and other countries, and if not banned, they're highly regulated, yet we use them freely and often. These dyes can lead to allergic reactions, mood disorders, and even lead to cancer. This is all documented and the main reason why most countries don't use these dyes in their food production. On top of this petroleum based food dye ban, the FDA has also already approved a series of more naturally produced food dyes that most food producers are stating they'll use before any physical regulation changes. Food producers know consumers are not happy with these old, potentially dangerous food dyes, and they want consumers to know they'll make these changes before they become regulations. I mean, this all shows that they have an interest in the consumer's desires or needs. First off, let's call out the elephant in the room. There are still no official laws or regulations currently in place. All the FDA has really done is approve new safer food dyes and future ban those old petrochemical dyes. They then made requests to food production companies to remove those dyes from our food supply earlier than the bans taking effect. So, what we're starting to see is companies like General Mills, PepsiCo, ConAgra, Nestle, McCormick, Tyson Foods, Sam's Club, Smuckers, Hershey's, Kraft Heinz, even In N Out have all stated their intent to phase out these petrochemical based food dyes before any actual laws or regulations have been passed. These companies all seem to have the same idea that consumers now care more deeply about this topic, so they're taking action ahead of time to win that consumer sentiment. Even recently, as of 2 weeks ago, the International Dairy Foods Association has stated they're looking to remove petroleum dyes in ice creams and frozen dairy desserts and replace them with natural ones by 2028. So, besides our current administration driving this dye change, Americans have finally become aware that boycotting actually works. We have the ability to drive great change through protesting and boycotting manufacturers. Americans are truly learning finally to overwhelmingly speak with their money and only support products and manufacturers that support them. Most companies see this, see the future, and understand that it makes sense to make these healthier changes without making a big deal out of it, and that it also looks good in consumers' eyes to make these changes based on consumer sentiment. Now, quite a few people in the industry have called out these companies and how this could all be lip service, a smokescreen. I mean, talk is cheap. Many of these companies have said the same thing in the past and stated their intent to move to these healthier dyes and then not followed through and failed massively. So here we are again, and all they have really done is stated their intent. They haven't really made any changes, it's in the works, so to say. This is a way for companies to seem to care to the consumer but still not make these changes. I do feel most companies that stated their most recent intent to move forward with these healthier dyes ahead of time, they're going to do so because this time, they know that Americans are really aware of these petroleum dyes and we're more concerned than ever with the effects on our bodies, and we're going to encourage these changes. Of course, not all companies feel this way, and some areas of the food industry are starting to push back already. So, in essence, a large portion of the candy industry is pushing back through the National Confectioners Association as their spokesperson. But all the NCA can offer is whataboutisms, where they what about all kinds of different products that are bad for us and that we knowingly consume, like alcohol and cigarettes, and they consider candy the same. They claim we as Americans know candy is bad for us and we don't care what's in it. And many, including myself, are calling bullcrap on that. Really, what the issue is, and even M&M Mars, who's yelling the loudest about this, admits this, and that's that making candy safer cuts into their profits. M&M Mars makes Skittles and M&Ms two of the brightest colored candies on the market. They use almost every color petroleum-based food dye in every bag of Skittles and M&Ms. And here comes the infuriating part. M&M Mars publicly states that they're fine making these changes to keep their products in European markets where the laws prohibit these dyes, but not in the States. They also come right out and state that we as Americans do not want these changes. We want the old dyes instead, and we want to eat unhealthy foods. And even if we do want the dye changes, it's going to cut too deeply into profits, and they're not going to do it until it becomes law. So overall, watch out who you're supporting with your dollars in these coming years. We've got a lot of influence with our money, and companies are becoming more and more aware of this power we hold. There's going to be lots of changes coming to the food industry in the next few years, and some companies seem to have way more desire to work with consumers to drive good change, while other companies seem to be going the exact opposite route and want to tell us what we want instead. Thanks for your time today, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It really helps get the word out there and for the channel to be seen. Let me know how you feel about these dye changes and how companies are reacting to them, and if you'll be making any changes yourself. We'll have more food news coming soon, and as soon as the weather cools down, we'll be busting out more and more healthy recipes. It's just been really hot lately. Hope you all continue to do well and eat healthier. More videos coming out soon. Thanks, y'all. Peace.